Morning. It is very foggy, as you can see, but it's amazing. Beautiful foggy morning. I'm up out here, you know, early. I've been walking for the past 10-15 minutes before we start jogging, just to really think and get that mental clarity. I found myself while trying to meditate and while during prayer, my mind could not relax. I don't know about you, but I have a lot of times where my head feels like it's spinning, like there's that voice in my head that I just cannot get out. And the only way I've found that I could calm it down through obviously action and listening to other people, meditation, being able to stop for a minute when the whole world tells you to go. And that's something I find very interesting. This entire world is go, 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 fast, 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 fast. When in reality, I think it should be the opposite. I think it should be take your time with the actions you do. Think about it before you rush into it. That doesn't mean procrastinate on it, but when you do it, execute to your best ability. Go as hard as you can toward it. So it is well later in the day. It's around 11 a.m. Seeing the clock around the back. It's around 11 a.m. We are done trading for the day. No trades on the day, so we're not going to be uploading a daily trade recap. Price action didn't do much besides push to the upside. We didn't see our exact trade entry we wanted to see, so we decided to stay cash, continue to preserve our capital, preserve our risk, which I advise every single one of you guys, if you are day traders, you should be doing. You should be selective with the trades that you do take on the day, because that matters just as much or even more than actually executing upon the trade, knowing which ones are right to execute upon and which ones are not. So this is price action right here. Nothing crazy at all, but this is an activity I wanted to go do. I was sitting there looking at my trading data analytics, and I'll show you guys that right now. So obviously the account size is subjective. You can input the numbers as whatever you want. I guess the main importance would be the overall percent, the average win rate percent, the day win, and the profit factor. Most importantly, I would say the profit factor, with that also determining your win rate percentage. But as we see on the chart, there's not much here. There is not much here. Many of you know I have been trading for well over a year and a half, and majority, if not all of my data is within my Notion trade journal, which is a manual trade journal which doesn't track data. So I thought it would be a good activity on top of back testing later today, or really just focusing on the emphasis of reviewing our trades. I'm trying to figure out and really analyze, okay, what is best in order for us right now to continue moving forward? Because that's the one reason why I started dropshipping. I feel like I started it for the wrong reason. I started it to, of course, develop the skill set of marketing, but I also started it with the intention back behind it that it would have me do more with my time compared to focusing on the one skill craft I needed to focus on in order to be able to get to where I need to go, which is trading. So I think it's time right now we sit down and input at minimum around 6 months worth of data from our overall trading to get a full gauge and understanding of, okay, where are we within our trading journey, overall win percent, profit factor, everything of the sort. Because the actual way we execute upon trades right now is subjective, because you're always looking to improve. I hope you are. And if you're not, then that may mean you're the best. And if you're the best, I don't know why you're watching my videos. But if you are, stick around. Anyways, in all seriousness, I'm gonna go in and put at least 6 months of data from when we really said, you know what, this is our focus. Well, I guess that's subjective because it always has been for the past 2 years. But I guess the best data analytics I could put in is from 6 months ago and be able to see, okay, where's our improvement now? How are we profiting? And it'll also help give us a gauge on where we will continue to go. So I'm about to go do that right now. And then also go in and analyze where we can continue to see more improvement within our strategy. We know win rate, but I want to see if there's any other factors I can tweak. Very recently, we started implementing the aspect of market structure shifts and really understanding price action, which I have not made the full video for. Well, I have, but I just haven't uploaded it. I think I'm gonna re-record it, upload it today, maybe, who knows, on how we went in and dissected our trade strategy. I guess that would be another good video for you guys to see. So I guess that's the fourth time I'm saying it, third time I'm saying it. We're gonna go in and do that. So to-do list for the day. 1, input all of our trades, at least 6 months worth of trades from April into TradeZella, get more data analytics, actually be able to see where we are on our trading journey. And then 2, record how to fully dissect your trade strategy in order to see where you need improvement and what you need to exclude. And then lastly, fun little activity I wanna do, well, 2 more. 1, I wanna go in, create a new Discord server. If some of you guys look at my old YouTube videos, you'll see in the link my Discord server. It became brain rot, unfortunately. So we're gonna go in, remake an entire new server. I want this dedicated toward growth. This ties into the next thing I'm about to say. I was on YouTube for a second. By a second, I mean like 10, 15 minutes. And I was searching in the search bar, 17-year-old day trader, 18-year-old day traders, 19-year-old day trader. And then I was filtering it by week and view count. So by the least amount of views. And I wanted to find anybody that was related to me, or maybe some of you guys watching out there that is on that grind and is on that journey and is truly striving, and reach out to them. I thought that would be sick. But unfortunately I wasn't able to find many people or people at all that were at least consistently disciplined with their trading and with their lifestyle, because to me it matters more about lifestyle than it is trading. You know, the business model is subjective. It's the aspect of who are you growing into and are you keeping that consistency? And if you could do that, you know, you put yourself in that situation, like we've said before, when that opportunity strikes, you execute upon it. So yeah, that was one thing I was doing, but I guess create a new Discord server, have it kind of filtered out so it's not so mumbo jumbo. I want it to be a little more serious Discord server where people actually go to connect. I know that will take forever to build, and it's probably gonna have like 2 members, me and probably the Discord bot. I don't know, me 6. So about to go and do that now. Change up the place we work. We're gonna work on the patio because I've never done that before. You guys seen part of the time lapse. I stopped recording because I could not showcase all of this. I sat here for 4 hours, 4 hours, just inputting all of this data. Pain. And then later tonight, we still have to go in and edit, by the way. We still have to do everything we said we would do earlier by tonight. There are a few things we could push to tomorrow, but editing is one of them we gotta do today. We're about to go get Chipotle, sit down, eat, hit the gym, come back and go straight back to work. But let me take you in and show you guys all the data I put in. It's a lot. So let's run through it, starting all the way from April, which I only started from April. I didn't go any further because that is when I actually found my proper trade strategy and wasn't hopping. Anyways, Disregard this balance right here. I need to update this. For any of you that want to go in and do this yourself with TradeZella, you have to manually input it, unless you have a personal account that's already documented this. Put whatever pairs and stuff here. If you trade futures, put futures. And then if it's older in your Notion journal, this is what you do. You go in on FX Replay, go to the assigned date, and you basically replay the trades. If you're on Forex, you can go in, risk, profit level, put all that into the data of TradeZella, and then press place order. And then your position size, obviously you carry the decimal by 2, and then that's your lot size, and so you have an accurate risk percentage based upon your account size. Anyways, let's start on the data. It's a lot. So net P&L, apparently our net P&L is $40,000 in profit from April. We have a total of $23,350.76 of loss. Our profit factor is 2.73. I want to focus on getting this to 3, especially with my win rate, increasing it to 60. If we could get to 60 within the next month and a half, 2 months, even 65 within the next 2 months, I will be very, very proud of where we are within our trading journey. So the goals within the next 2 months: increase this win percent overall with our trade strategy to 60%, increase this profit factor to 3. If we could even get 3.3 or above 3 within the next 2 months, that is definitely green. We're growing within our trading, and we're definitely making a lot of money. By then, you're doing pretty good. So starting all the way from April was a slower month, hopping between intraday trades and swing trades. Some of these are swing trade positions, with that only being this one. All of them were intraday. So you can see that right here. That is the monthly status. Going on to May. May was more a hectic month, taking a lot of trades. I had come back from Japan, so we were really getting after it again. You could tell a few break-even trades. This is around the break-even stage, but still making profit. Last week was pretty good. The risk to reward component and the aspect of having an increased risk reward definitely put us in profit for this month. Going into June was a crazy month in and of itself. You could see there's a lot of red here. Typically there's a lot of red, but the risk reward factor outweighs everything. It's so interesting to see how your risk reward plays such a huge factor in being profitable. You can see right here, I had 3 weeks worth of losses, of course, ending this week break even. There's specific strategies I have in mind when cycling funded accounts. I'll go through that in the future once I am funded once again with multiple accounts, but for now, let's just focus on the aspect of the risk reward ratio, which is pretty solid. Each one of these trades is 1% risk on the same $100,000 account, which is $1,000 risk per trade. Nothing is more than that. So you can see 1 to 4, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 2.8, 1 to 3.1. Risk reward stays pretty consistent. July, we absolutely killed it within the first week. Back to back green trades. Let me explain what happened right here, as this was very interesting to our psychology. This is truly when we sat down and got so frustrated with ourselves that we forced the change to happen during that week. Going all the way back to June, we had fallen asleep on the chart and missed a 2.8K trade profit. Obviously, you shouldn't be focused on profit. You should be focused on following your rules, but something about this hit me. This was when I got my job. So having missed this opportunity because I fell asleep on the chart was a true showcase of lack of discipline toward where I wanted to go in life. And so I wrote, take accountability and make a change for once in your life. And I truly meant that. I said I was disappointed within myself. I said I should treat this as it is our career. I should treat it as it is. I should treat it how I want to do this in the future. And something about that snapped within me, and I just went full focus. With this entire week, this was an amazing week, but I realized I lost the consistency here, and let me explain why. Because I was executing, having been so focused. Once the weekend came, I didn't fully reflect and review properly
And I don't mean trade recap, I mean going and back test and see, okay, how do I continue to replicate this? And instead, I totally forgot, and you could see for a while, it went blank. I didn't take many trades, I missed trades. I was executing on the 1 minute time from here, then I started executing on the 15 minute, the 5 minute, the hourly, you know, it started changing again. And I lost this entire aspect there. However, still ended the month in profit, not too bad there. And going on to August, this was a pretty blank month as well. This was still continuing. I had gone traveling. Horrible excuses. I was in the East Coast, so it should have been an amazing time to trade. But I was making more excuses not to. You could see even here, still kind of break even month, profit month. Then now going on to September. September was a month where we were trying to really dial in and figure out, okay, how is our trade execution? How are we going to execute? You can see that here based upon all the red compared to the lack of green trades. And this month, my real emphasis is to really prioritize the way we have been trading and continue to replicate that. And how is this execution, you may ask? Simply executing on the 1 minute time frame, understanding fake outs, understanding liquidity sweeps, and understanding how to avoid those. Because while doing this activity, and if you have TradeZilla, I fully recommend you to do this. It takes around 4 hours, but you're able to reflect a lot because you can look back and see where you actually had improvement and what you were doing wrong over and over and over again. And I realized all of my losing trades were either this: one, swing trades, because I wasn't properly analyzing bias back then. Obviously now I can. And two, mainly this factor. I was getting faked out by a lot of liquidity sweeps, and I was analyzing every single change of character, every single market structure shift, and I was emphasizing and forcing a trade bias. The moment I allowed myself, and I seen this replicated throughout all of my winning trades, the moment I allowed myself to properly react on the 1 minute time frame, understanding the overall big picture, but also understanding 1 minute paints that picture for the timing of when the picture wants to be painted. Does that make sense? 1 minute showcases the exact timing of when market structure shifts to follow the overall trend. And I realized that was a proper, replication throughout all of my winning trades. So this month, finally have it down after months. Do have my trading strategy down, and it took a long time. It took time of reflecting, it took time of learning, and I've been demo trading for the past 3 weeks, and I'm willing to do even 4 weeks before I go in and buy these challenges, just in order to get a proper gauge. Don't try to always rush the process so fast. Sometimes it's good to sit there for a minute and really analyze, okay, have I learned and am I learning? And when you are, that's when you put risk on the table, you put real money on the table, and you go in and you do what you need to do, right? So always make sure you're learning, always make sure you're improving, absolutely no matter what. We're about to go get Chipotle, hit the gym, come back, edit. We still got a lot of work to do. The day is far from over, so let's get doing that. Like, I'm sitting here eating right now. I'm on YouTube filtering for the keyword 17-year-old, 18-year-old, or 19-year-old day trader or dropshipper or anything of the sort, and then filtering by view count to see who has the least amount of views but the most amount of potential. And it's funny because every single one is a random Nigerian from Africa that is a clickbait thumbnail of them in front of a Lambo with fake profits, and then I open the video and they walk out of their mud home blasting NBA Youngboy, and I'm tired of it. Anyway, so that's my current thoughts and opinions on everything. It's a lot trickier to find people than it seems, unless you build up your personal brand and reach out to people that way. But when you're trying to find people like that are on the edge of the iceberg that are about to make something great but haven't yet, it's hard to find people like that, that are right on the edge, right there. Because when people blow up, obviously, and they make it, they're like, oh, okay, no, I don't really need people. So, I want to find someone that
has done that and is still like, yo, I still want a group of like-minded young men around me. They'll come eventually, I think, but I mean, that doesn't mean don't look for them. It's gonna take a minute. If you are like that and you are on the grind and you know you're about to be right there, reach out to me. Reach out to me. Anyways, trying to get a crib in Miami. So we got 3 people. We need 5, 6. House is 6. Then you gotta find a 6-bedroom home. But no, better eat this Chipotle. Finish eating the rest. You guys don't get to see. And then gonna hit the gym. If you stop moving, you will die. If you stop moving, you will die. Some of you may think I am using a metaphor, but I am not. If you stop moving, you will literally die. Let me explain. I was in the gym today. Didn't record anything. I had another one of those days where I just wasn't in the mood to do the workout. I had already started the workout, was lifting some weights, getting a slight sweat on, and in my mind I thought it's okay to rest longer because I trained hard. A lot of us like to lie to ourselves and make it seem like we're doing more work than we actually are, when in reality we're not doing much. And that's exactly what happened to me. For the first 25 minutes of the workout, I tried to make myself seem as I was doing such, working hard, when I wasn't. And I sat there for a second and I thought to myself, how does one not feel this way? Do I feel this way because of my environment? Because I'm not doing something specific? Maybe because I haven't eaten. Oh, maybe because I haven't hit my macros today. Or oh, maybe because I don't have my little gym notebook to track my lifts. Or oh, maybe because I'm not bulking. My mind started making up every excuse in the book for why I couldn't train hard today. And then the last thing I stopped and told myself before I went back to the workout was, maybe because you're not going fast enough. When we look in the wild, look at wild animals. When a cheetah chases a gazelle, the gazelle just doesn't stop in the middle of the field unless it's to juke out the cheetah, which I have seen. I've seen clips of it. But they don't abruptly stop in the middle of the field in order to sit and take a rest. Oh, I'm tired. You know, I'm just gonna lie down and take a nap and take that as my defeat. No. They keep running. And if anything, they go faster and they exert themselves to their maximum in order to not stop. You must become the individual that does not stop. When you start to slow down is when you start to die. And that's an amazing indicator in order to be able to tell whether or not you'll lose everything you've built. And it sounds crazy. Some of you are probably sitting there saying, Lonnie, you know, I worked too hard to lose what I built. You know that would never happen to me, but it will. If you become content. If you stop moving. So I need all of you and myself to always be on the move. Always be chasing towards something. It doesn't even have to be materialistic. Doesn't even have to be objective. If it's improving your mental health, if it's learning a new skill, a man becomes unattractive when he stops conquering, when he stops pursuing. And a man loses everything he has when he stops pursuing. So, that was today's lesson. By all means, whatever you do, do not stop. Do not stop running to your goals. Do not stop running toward your goals, excuse me. Do not let go of that vision. And that's why I always emphasize it. The gym is so important, and I cannot stress it enough. It teaches you so much that you cannot learn just from the regular outside. The mental discipline you have to build in order to push past that little voice in your head that says, oh, you're good. You don't need to keep going. That is what builds your character. Whatever you do, by all means, do not slow down. Do not rest unless it is the proper time. There's a time for rest and there is a time for work. Understand the difference. Understand the difference. It's late right now. It's about 9:24, 9:25. In a minute, it will be. We're gonna go in, edit real quick. Winter Arc, day 15, day 16, one or the other, and upload that before we go to sleep. That should take around 10-15 minutes. Not gonna do any crazy edits. Put that together for you guys, so for the people that watch it, they watch it. Then after that, gonna go in, journal for the night, then call it another day. Gonna go back tomorrow, work even harder. We have more things to do. Still no work, fortunately, so we're going to take advantage of that. Ensure we decline every single call from our manager so he doesn't call us into work, and continue doing what we need to do. So